Hello guys, and welcome again to another edition of Learning with Rich. So for this topic, after I have shown you the suggested color coding for modeling ACMB, so this time I'm going to show you the suggested color coding for modeling in electrical. Alright, so let's get started. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to create a new project using the electrical template. Okay, so I'll select the new here, and I'm going to select browse, and then you can see there the electrical default metric. Okay, and then I select here open. There you go, and then just select OK. Say hello.
Hello.
Alright, okay, so for the electrical, so I'm going to show you how to add colors to your cable tray. Okay, so from the families, I'm going to look for cable trays here. So these are the different types of cable trays. So we have the cable tray with fittings, and we also have cable tray without fittings. So let me go ahead and select the channel cable tray. I'm going to right click this, and then I'll create an instance of this one. Okay, and then I'm going to create one. Oops, alright, so currently our subdiscipline here is lighting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my view. So instead of 1- lighting, I'm going to select 1- power. Okay, so in my 1- lighting, if I'm going to open the visibility graphic overrides, so by default, cable trays and fittings there are turned off. Okay, so if I'm going to open the power here, and then open the visibility graphic override, so you can see there that the cable trays, fitting, and cable trays are open. Alright, so I'm going to create this one. Just create one. Alright, so this is that cable tray. So I'll just create one here, and then I select here modify. Okay, now if you want to change the color of your cable tray, for example for your normal power cable tray, so you can right click this, type properties, so you can see here the fittings that is currently loaded to this one. Okay, but the problem here is there is no option here to change the color or to override the color of your fitting. So what you can do in my case, usually what I do is I just use the filter. Okay, so I just use the filter because there is no option here to change the color. Okay, so you just use the filter. So what I'm going to do, if I'm going to select this one, okay, so you need to specify what will be the identity of that. So let's say for the edit type, type comment description. Okay, so I put here the description. So for example, this is my normal power cable tray. Okay, so that's the description. So that's the description of my channel cable tray. So normal power cable tray. So again, you can still duplicate this one if you want. You can create your own type. Okay, you can always duplicate that and then rename. So it's up to you. Now, so like what I've said, I'm going to use the filters. I'm open the visibility graphic overrides, and then I open the filters here. I'm going to add one. Okay, and then I'm going to select edit new. Okay, so there are no filters here for our cable tray, so that's why I'm going to create one. Okay, so this is for my normal power cable tray. Okay, so after you specify the name of the filter, so the next thing is to specify here what are the categories that you want to be included to this filter. So I want to include the cable tray, fittings, and cable trays. Just make sure if you want this filter to be applied to your cable tray fittings, make sure the description of your cable tray fittings is also the same as the description of your cable trays here, which is the normal power cable tray. Okay, now after you specify the categories, the next thing is the filter rules. So I'll go ahead and select this one, and then after that I'm gonna use the description here that is equal to normal power cable tray. Okay, there you go. And then I just select apply. And then I'm going to create another filter. Okay, so I'm going to create another filter. So let's say this is the filter for my trunking. Okay, so trunking, same category. So cable tray fittings, cable tray. The description will be the filter rules, same. So I just apply. And then I'll create another one, ladder. Okay, ladder cable tray. Okay, so again, I'm going to include here the cable tray fittings and cable trays. Filter rules description that is equals to normal power cable tray. We're going to change this later on. Okay, so I just created these types, but later on for my trunking and ladder cable tray, so we need to change this based on their name also. So if this is ladder cable, so make sure this is ladder cable, but it's okay, later on I'm going to modify that. So I just select apply first, and then okay, and then I select okay, and then after that I select okay. So I'll create one ladder here, create an instance. Okay, and I'll just right click this and then duplicate. So let's say this one I'm going to rename. So let's say I'll call this trunking. Okay, so I'll create a trunking here. Alright, there you go. So for my ladder cable tray, so I'm gonna select the edit type here, and then I specify the description. So let's say that will be my ladder cable tray. Okay, and then for this one, this is my trunking, edit type, description. I'll change this one. I'll use trunking. Okay, so I have three types now: cable tray, normal power cable tray. This one, ladder cable tray. So ladder cable tray. This one, trunking. And don't forget to change the property of your filter. Filters, edit new, look for ladder cable. Okay, so make sure you change this to ladder cable tray. Okay, and then for the trunking, make sure you change this also to trunking, and then okay. Now you need to apply it here. So that's why there is add option here. Add. So I add the ladder cable tray, the normal cable tray, holding my control to select multiple types or multiple filters, and then I select OK. Now, for my color, for the lines here, I just use the default here, no override. But for the patterns, so I change here the color. So usually what we use there is 170 red, 255, and 255. So it's like this. So this is the symbol or the color for our normal power cable tray, trunking, ladder cable tray. So for the pattern, I just select here solid fill. Okay, so same with this. Click. Okay, so 170, 255, 255, Okay, and then this one is solid fill. Okay, select 170, 255, and 255. Okay, and then pattern here is solid fill. Okay, and then there you go. There you go. Later. Right, so every time I create a channel cable tray, so this will be the color as long as the filter is applied in this view. Okay, but if you go to second level and then you don't have the filter, so the color will not show. Just make sure you add the filter in every views, in every power plant that you are going to open. Okay, so what else? So we also have the trunking for emergency power, so you can also create that one. So I'll just duplicate this, right click, and rename. Okay, so let's say this time this is for my emergency power tray, okay, or whatever is that. And then I'm gonna create one, so I create it here. There you go. Modify. So I'm just going to select this, edit type. So this is for emergency, apply, and then okay. Now for the filter, so I'm gonna open VV, filters, edit new. Okay, create one. So I type emergency cable tray. So again, for the category, cable tray fittings and cable trays. Filter rules, it's the same description that is equal to emergency. Okay, apply, okay, and then you apply it here. So just select add, and then select the emergency cable tray. Okay, now for the color, so I just changed the color here. Okay, so this is usually we use 63, 255, and 0. And then pattern, it's solid fill. There you go. There you go. Yes. Okay. By the way, if you want to see here the pattern of your ladder, because they are look all the same, you can change here the detail level to fine. There you go. Okay. But it will not apply the color for that. You need to turn on the thin lines, because if it is too thick, you will not be able to see it clearly. Unless maybe you change the scale. Yeah. Okay. Or you turn on the thin lines. So in 3D view, the color will not show, just like what I have said, because you need to apply the filter here. So let's say I'll change the detail level to fine. If you want to show here the color, so you just need to go to VV again, filters. You need to re-add all the filters that you have created. But instead of doing that, so I'm going to teach you another way. Instead of doing that manually, every time you open a view, you have to place the filters again and again, one by one. So instead of doing that, I'm going to teach you how to create view template. Okay, so view template, that is actually a collection of view settings that we can use to control the visibility of our view. Okay, so to do that, so I'm going to right click one dash power, and then you can see here the option create view template from view. So meaning to say, using the settings of this view, we will be creating a view template. Okay, I'll select this one, and then let's say this will be the view template. No, view template for my cable tray. Okay, then I select your OK. Then after that, you will go to the view templates dialog box. So that is now your cable tray view template. Okay, and then, so I'm not going to change the properties here of the visibility graphic overrides of the cable tray, but if I select the cable tray here and then check the filters, you will notice that all the filters are there. Okay, so I'm going to select now OK here. Let me just change first the colors. For example, for the normal, let me just change the color to blue. Okay, for the trunking, so let's say the color there is something like this. Okay, so the color, it's up to you. Okay, so you can always play around or just follow the standard of your company. Okay, and then I select here OK. Okay. Alright, so after you create the view template, so I select here OK. So as you can see, the view scale here is 1:50. So meaning if I apply this view template to another view, the view scale there will becomes 1:50. Okay. So view template is quite a good feature in Revit. So I just select here OK. So I now have the view template. Now, if I go to my 3D view, so check this out. So as you can see, the scale here is 1:100. But if I'm going to apply here the view template by right-clicking the view, apply template properties. So we will be applying the properties of the view template that I just created, which is the cable tray. So I select the cable tray. So again, the view scale for that view template is 1:50. So automatic, this will becomes 1:50. Check this out. So I select OK. There you go. Right? So it's nice. Okay? So that's the power of your view template. So no need for you to open the VV. You go to the filters and then you add the the filters one by one. So no need to do that. So you just create first a view template and then you can apply that to the another model. Okay. And another thing that I am talking about, because if I create, let's say for example, I right click this and then I create a cable tray. Okay. So you will notice I select modify. The fittings there is not colored based on the cable tray's colors. Because like what I've said earlier, so you need to specify also the description of every fittings of your cable tray. So it's kind of tedious job, but yes, that's the way how it goes. Alright? So you need to modify that. So probably you just need to edit this one. Edit type. And then you just duplicate. Let's say for example, this one is channel cable tray. The description there is normal power cable tray. So what you can do is you select this, edit type, you duplicate this one. Let's say this is my channel cable tray fittings. Okay, and then after that, don't forget to specify the description. So description, there's no description yet, so make sure that it's the same exact description of your normal cable tray, which is, let me just select OK first. Let me just check again the description here. Okay, so I'll just copy this normal power cable tray. So I select channel cable tray fittings, edit type. Okay, for the description, Control V, and then OK. Alright, so it will now becomes like that. Okay, so let me just apply again, apply the view template here. So I right click, apply template properties. I select this one, and then I select OK. There you go. So let's say for example with this one, so I'm gonna select this. This is for the ladder cable tray. So for the edit type, this will be the description. So I just copy this, Control C, and then you click this one, right click, create a cable tray, create, okay. And then again, there's no color, so we need to select this one, edit type, and then you duplicate it. So this will be our ladder cable tray. And then for the description, this is the important thing. So don't forget to paste the exact description. And then I select OK. There you go. Okay, so same with this one. So let me just drag it first. So this is my trunking. The description for my trunking is trunking. So I'm going to right click this, draw cable tray. Let's say I'll create one here. I create one here. Okay. Then I select these fittings, edit type, duplicate, and change the name. So this is trunking fittings or whatever is that. And then you specify here trunking. Okay. Then OK. There you go. So I just select this one. Since I already created the type of trunking, so I just click this, click the drop down, and then I select the trunking. There you go. For the last one, so I click this. This is emergency power tray, edit type. The description is emergency. Okay, so I click this one, right click, draw cable tray. So let's say I'll create one here, and then modify. Same procedure. So just select this, edit type, and then you duplicate it. Okay? So that is for my emergency fittings or whatever name that you want. So it's up to you. Okay? By the way, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can also visit my blog site, learningwithrich.wordpress.com. Okay, so if you have any comments or suggestions, you can put it on the comment section below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Okay, right. So description is emergency, so I select here OK. There you go. Okay, so in 3D view, looks like this. So basically, this is how I create it. Since there is no option here to change the color, let me check. All right, there's no option here to change the color. So usually I just use the filter, and then after that you create a view template. Okay, right? Okay, so hopefully you learned something from this video. Okay, so don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Alright, so on my next exercise, I'm gonna show you what are the suggested color coding for modeling the fire protection, plumbing, sanitary, and gas pipes. Okay, so until then, bye-bye.